Pre-flight checklist.
Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Set and checked.
Heading 067. Altimeter 3000. Parking brake.
Set.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Thank you.
Checked.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Any questions?
No questions.
Dash 0 feet. Temperature 25. Dew point 21. QNH 1016. Density altitude 1200 feet. Arriving and departing runways 16 right, 16 left. Transition level 145 advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Delta. Narita.
Good morning, Narita delivery, FedEx 8777, request IFR clearance to Hong Kong.
1 second while I grab the paperwork. FedEx 8777. Information Delta is current. Cleared to Hong Kong via the takeoff to departure, then as filed. Departure runway 16 right. Initial climb to 6000. Departure on 121.275, squawk 3246.
Narita clearance, FedEx 8777, cleared to Hong Kong via Paigok to departure, then as filed. Departing runway 16 right. Initial climb to 6,000 feet. Contact departure on 121.275, squawk 3246.
FedEx 8777. Read back correct. Contact ground on 121.85.
Contacting ground on 121.85, FedEx 8777.
Before start procedure.
Recall.
Narita ground, FedEx 8777 requesting push and start.
FedEx 8777, contact ground on 121.85 for push and start clearance.
Switching to ground on 121.85 for push and start clearance. FedEx 8777.
Narita ground, FedEx 8777 request push and start.
FedEx 8777, push and start approved. Face northwest.
Push and start approved, face northwest. FedEx 8777. Cockpit to ground, we have been cleared for push and start, and we are requesting facing northwest.
Ground to flight deck stack standing by. Release parking brakes for pushback facing northwest.
Roger that, brakes released.
Roger, standing by. Bypass pin inserted. Just let me know when you're ready to start the pushback.
Thank you, ground. We are ready for pushback.
Ground to flight deck, stack standing by. Release parking brake for pushback.
Brake released. You can push back.
Ground to flight deck, commencing pushback. Stand by.
Checked.
Pushback is already underway. If you have an issue, you can request to abort the pushback. Ground to flight deck, clear for engine start sequence.
Thank you, clear for engine start. Before start checklist.
Flight deck door closed and locked. Passenger signs off. MCP.
Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds.
Set and checked. Set and checked.
CDU preflight.
Completed.
Completed. Trim.
Set and checked.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Beacon. On. Before start checklist completed. Checked.
Start sequence is right, then left.
Checked.
Start right engine. Start left engine.
to flight deck. Pushback complete. Please ensure parking brakes are set. Standing by for confirmation of good engine start and report when ready for disconnect.
Okay, brakes set. We have a good engine start and we are ready to disconnect. Thank you so much.
Ground to flight deck, disconnecting tower. Now, safe travel.
Thank you, ground. See you next time.
Pushback is already underway. If there's an issue, you can request to abort the pushback. Ground to flight deck, all done. Safe flight. See you next time.
See you next time. Before taxi checklist.
Anti-ice off. Recall checked. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist completed.
Flaps 5. Clear left.
Clear right. Checked.
Narita ground. FedEx 8777 request taxi to the active.
FedEx 8777, taxi to runway 16 right, via Whiskey 3, Alpha 1.
Runway 16 right. Whiskey 3, Alpha 1, FedEx 8777.
Ground, we still need the tug to be disconnected, please.
Cabin secure.
Alright, we're disconnecting now. Stand by. set. Please set the parking brake.
Brake set.
Alright, we're disconnecting now. Stand by. Truck is already disconnected.
Okay, let's go. So for our flight, deck mentor, any wisdom to share before we depart?
Absolutely, Luis. Before we depart, remember to double-check your flight management system for the PGOC 2 departure route. It's crucial to ensure that all waypoints are correctly entered and that your autopilot is set up for the initial climb altitude, 6,000 feet. Also, keep an eye on your fuel calculations. It's always good to have a little extra for contingencies. And hey, why did the airplane get sent to its room? Because it had a bad altitude. Let's have a smooth flight.
You owe me a beer for that bad joke when we get on the ground in Hong Kong. Thank you.
Haha, I guess I owe you a cold one, Luis. Just remember, the best way to avoid turbulence is to fly at a higher altitude. But if you ever find yourself in a bumpy ride, just keep that yoke steady and trust your training.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flaps.
5 green light. Set and checked.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
Narita Tower, FedEx 8777, ready to go, runway 16 right.
FedEx 8777, heavy, Narita Tower, taxi to runway 16 right via Alpha 1.
Runway 16 right via Alpha 1, FedEx 8777 heavy.
Okay, maybe we need to get closer to the runway for the ATC to recognize we are ready for takeoff. Let's try that. Narita Tower, FedEx 8777, ready to go, runway 16 right.
Approaching. 16 right. Approaching. 16 right.
Narita Tower, FedEx 8777, ready for departure, runway 16 right.
FedEx 8777, heavy, runway 16 right, wind 150 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 16 right, cleared for takeoff. FedEx 8777.
Approaching. 16 right.
Clear for takeoff. If I'm not mistaken, my first officer should be turning on the
On runway.
runway
16
lights once
right.
we are cleared. Once I say clear for takeoff, but apparently she did not turn them on, so I'm gonna do it on my own. And then the next command for her will be takeoff thrust set. And still getting used to FS2 crew. Yeah, set takeoff thrust will be okay. Set takeoff thrust.
FedEx 8777, contact departure on 121.275.
Switching to departure on 121.275, FedEx 8777. Tokyo departure, FedEx 8777, morning climbing past 1000.
FedEx 8777, heavy, Tokyo departure, radar contact, climb
Checked.
8000 direct, PGAC.
Climb 8000, direct pickup, FedEx 8777, heavy.
FedEx 8777,
Flaps 1.
climb flight level 200.
Climbing flight level 200, FedEx 8777.
Flaps up. After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist. Cancel checklist. After takeoff checklist. Restart checklist.
FedEx 8777, climb flight level 250.
Climbing to flight level 250, FedEx 8777.
After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist completed.
Thank you.
FedEx 8777, climb flight level 280.
Climbing flight level 280, FedEx 8777. Descending flight level 110, FedEx 8777.
Transition level.
Set altimeter to 1009. Set altimeter to 1009.
2980. Set and cross-check.
Thank you. Approach checklist.
Altimeters.
1009 set. Set and checked.
2980. Set. Approach checklist completed.
FedEx 8777, contact Hong Kong approach on 119.1.
Contacting Hong Kong approach on 119.1. FedEx 8777. Hong Kong approach. FedEx 8777. Warning, descending through flight level 160 for flight level 110. FedEx 8777, heavy, Hong Kong approach identified. Good morning, expect the ILS runway 25 left approach into Hong Kong. Expecting the ILS runway 25 left approach. FedEx 8777 heavy. FedEx 8777. Descend altitude 6,000. QNH 1008. Descending to altitude 6,000. QNH 1008. FedEx 8777.
10,000. Checked. Cabin crew prepare for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination
Checked.
shortly. If you are making a connection to another
Checked.
flight, please see the customer service agent meeting this flight or video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll be collecting all service items, newspapers, and any other items you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices and
8777.
install
Heavy,
carry-on
proceed
items.
direct Light B.
Please
Descend
use
altitude
caution
4500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS, runway 25 left
Please
approach.
stow your
Speed at
tray
180 knots until
tables in their
established.
upright position and check the security
Proceed
of your
direct,
seatbelt.
Lick
We
B.
will be landing
Descend to
shortly.
4,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 left approach. Maintain 180 knots until established. FedEx 8777.
He's trying to figure out where to disable the flight attendant, especially since we're flying a freighter. I'm gonna have to send this question to the FS2 crew team. I don't see an option.
FedEx 8777, contact Hong Kong Tower on 118.7. Switching to Hong Kong Tower on 118.7, FedEx 8777. Kai Tak Tower, FedEx 8777. Morning, we're established on the ILS approach for runway 25 left.
FedEx 8777 Heavy, Kai Tak Tower, roger.
Flaps 1. Flaps 5.
Final fix, 4,500 feet, checked.
Missed approach altitude, 5,000 feet, checked. Flaps 15.
Radar altimeter alive, checked.
Gear down.
Gear down.
FedEx 8777, heavy, Hong Kong Tower, winds 190 at 11, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Runway 25 left, clear to land. FedEx 8777, heavy.
Cleared. Manual flight.
Checked.
Flaps 25. Landing checklist.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
25 green light. Set and checked.
Landing checklist completed.
Thank you.
Checked.
1,000.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Landing.
10.
Speed brake not up. Reversers normal.
Manual braking.
60 knots.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the
FedEx
captain has turned
8777,
off
welcome
the
to Hong
sign
Kong.
in the aircraft
Contact ground on
system.
122.6.
Safely at the gate. This will be your
Switching to
indication
ground on
that
122.6.
Okay, quick cleanup.
FedEx
Check speed.
8777.
We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and hope to see you again on a future flight.
Hong Kong ground, FedEx 8777. Morning, we're clear of runway 13 and ready to taxi to the gate.
FedEx 8777 Hong Kong ground, taxi to West Cargo L415 via Kilo 2, Kilo 1, cross runway 7 right, then Juliet 1, Juliet, November, Papa 1, Papa, have a good day.
West Cargo L415 via Kilo 2, Kilo 1, cross 7 right, Juliet
Checked.
1, Juliet, November, Papa 1, Papa, FedEx 8777.
Yeah, we're gonna disregard West Cargo. From what I recall, FedEx should be parking in the cargo area on the southeast part of the airfield, which is where we're headed right now. And I do need to figure out what triggered the flight attendant on a freighter flight. So I'll make sure to get on the FS2 crew forum and check that out. So how was your ride? Any thoughts on
The
today's
2-minute
flight?
engine cooldown is up.
The ride was smooth, Luis. Your landing was solid. I'd rate it an 8 out of 10. Just remember, in crosswinds, a little crab angle can help keep you aligned with the runway. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, yeah. I have a bad habit of using ailerons more than rudder.
Luis, it's great that you're aware of your habits. Remember, in a helicopter, the collective is your primary control for altitude, while ailerons help with lateral control. Try to focus on using the collective more for altitude adjustments, and use ailerons for fine-tuning your heading. It can help you maintain a smoother flight. Keep practicing.
Start the APU, please. Shut down right engine.
Right control switch confirm cutoff. Checked.
Trying to see where this western cargo apron that we're talking about is located, because I know, oh, here it is. So it's in the middle of the airfield now. Okay, so maybe FedEx does park there. Last time I was in Hong Kong airport personally was in 2004, so it's been quite a while. Yeah, because I see there are some cargo planes over there. I might check them out with the drone to see exactly how the parking is working these days after I finish the video. Alright. Shutdown checklist. Let's unmute her. Shutdown checklist. Let's see what we need to do to trigger. I guess it's stuck. Weather radar off, landing. Yeah, FS2 crew is not quite 100% yet for FS 2024.
Checked.
Shutdown checklist. Cancel checklist. Restart checklist. Okay, so we'll ignore it. All right, so that was another really nice flight, taking advantage of same tensions and the way it integrates with FS2 crew. And as I mentioned on a couple of previous videos, I'm going to continue to rely on Beyond ATC to give me the traffic injection for my FSLTL and FS traffic models. Only drawback is they will not be communicating with my ATC network, but at least it adds some good traffic to the experience overall. And as many of you are aware, if you are Say Intentions customers, Say Intentions is beta testing or early access testing their injector. That's also going to take advantage of your FSLTL models, your FS traffic models, your AIG models. So it'll eventually get here. I really enjoyed, once again, just that seamless integration with my FS2 co-pilot Stephanie, her voice being used not just in FS2 crew but also in Say Intentions, that she is handling the comms. She's a pilot not flying. Also taking advantage of being able to log on to air traffic here using the, let me just, I was doing this during cruise, so you didn't see it in the video. But basically you can just log on to Say Intentions. So yeah, it's great. You can do some CPLDC requests during cruise. It's making the experience more and more realistic, so definitely enjoyable. And since I was flying a freighter today, instead of connecting to a flight attendant crew, I just connected to the mentor option, and he threw a few tidbits out there about the 777 and some feedback on my flying. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's not bad at all. Let me just try to talk to my mentor one more time before we finish the video. Okay, looks like we're gonna get on our van and head over to the terminal, and we're gonna have about 24 hours in Hong Kong before we take our next flight again on this beautiful 777 freighter. Thanks again for all the inputs. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a nice flight.
Thanks for the ride, Luis. Enjoy your time in Hong Kong. Don't forget to check out the local cuisine. Dim sum is a must. And remember, when you get back in the cockpit, keep practicing those smooth landings. Safe travels.
You too, thanks.